alguma dúvida. Eu tenho medo de perder o meu tempo e ser só mais uma.
I mean, to be honest with you, I don't blame her for being afraid of being another Brazilian on his list, because obviously he has a track record of being with Brazilians, and clearly it never works out. Reasons why, well, I guess we'll never know for sure, but we do know that he has definitely been seeking someone to be his carer. And that could be a big indication to why nobody has ever wanted to settle with this man. Despite the fact that there are other information out there saying that this man is nothing but trash, which could also be, clear proof to why women wouldn't want to be with him for the long run, let alone even for the short run, to be honest with you. But we continue.
Mas você nem gosta de mim.
Se eu não gostar de você, não tava aqui.
Mas palavras e ações é diferente, né? Beijos, como tô beijando minha avó.
So if we go back, because I know obviously that was a little bit fast stuff in particular here, but I really want to touch on the sentences here where, he says, you don't even like me. She goes, if I didn't like you, I wouldn't be here. Now, of course, it's in Brian's nature to say something that is quite patronizing, something that is going to gaslight the situation, something that is built to make you feel as if you are in the wrong and he is nothing but a victim, as if he is nothing but a saint, because that's what he does. He plays with his words. Now, of course, it continues here where it goes, but you say and what you do are different. So here's the thing. Brian is definitely trying to corner Ingrid in this situation. He's trying to make her feel as if she knows that her words don't match her actions. Why? Purely because she won't sleep in the same bed as him, and let alone won't even sleep with him. I mean, that is the real agenda there when it comes to Brian himself in particular. The fact that Ingrid will not open her legs for him because he expects her to basically want him purely because he has been funding her life since he has been there on this trip. I mean, listen, we know that Brian came out publicly to say that she was a prostitute. And by the previews of next week, it's also clear that he does call it that. But listen, just because you have been treating her as if she's a prostitute, it doesn't mean that she is one. Unless, of course, she really is one. But as of right now, we have found no information online or anything whatsoever that said this woman was a prostitute in any kind of shape or form. Brian was just treating her like as if she was one, because he was expecting her to fall for his money. Never to fall for him, but to fall for his money. And that's something that he played on. But this guy wants to act as if he's the innocent one. And now he's out here insulting her, saying the kisses are like kissing my grandma. I mean, my guy, if that's how you feel, then why are you still here? He can talk about why she's still here, but at the same time, though, why are you still here? If he feels that way, well then bounce. It's not rocket science, is it now?
It's my life. But there's something in my gut that's telling me that she's not here for the right reasons.
It's fun, isn't it? How there's something in your gut that's telling you this. To be honest with you, Brian, from what we have seen so far, not just necessarily from the show, but even from social media and some of the things that we've seen, you have interviews with other people, obviously even before the show. Let's be real, your gut instinct ain't shiz. And we all know that you're here for the wrong reasons. You're not here because you love her. You're not here because, because you need her to love you. You need her to care for you. So even if she isn't here for the right reasons, guess what, buddy? You're no different.
Procurando amor, uma pessoa pra minha vida mesmo. Você aceitou viagem aqui, aceitou o hotel que eu.
You see the way he now lists out the things she accepted. You accepted the hotel, you accepted this, you accepted that.
Sinto mesmo que você não tá sendo. You're not being real with me. Você não tá sendo real comigo.
So because she accepted all of these things that he has gifted her, that means that she may be using them or she may not be with him for the right reasons, purely because she's accepted all these things without sleeping with him. Brian, here's the thing. You have treated her as if she's a prostitute. You have treated her as if you give her money, you must receive something in return. Now, here's the thing. Whether or not she is a prostitute or not, it doesn't change the fact that you have treated her this way, expecting sexual favors in return, as well as also carrying favors in return. But just because you give her the money, it doesn't mean that she has to give you anything. Okay? I mean, don't get me wrong, if she wasn't an actual prostitute and you've actually hired her and you said, hey, I'm going to give you money to do this and that, different conversation. But it seems to me as if you have started to date someone that either is or was a prostitute or just never was one in general. And you thought because you've now made them your woman, that means this person should be entitled to give you things. Like, yo, you have set up your own madness. I hope I'm making sense. You know, like look at it this way. Let's say she's the prostitute. Well, guess what? You're dating her out of hours. So therefore, anything that you give her is up to you. It is not for a price back. This guy, coconut.
Mentindo ainda que você tá me usando para chegar nos Estados Unidos com seus filhos.
Que eu teria vida melhor lá com você e meus filhos?
Claro.
Pra ter vida melhor lá nos Estados Unidos. Já.
Look at this guy talking about how, oh, you just wanted me to bring you to the States for a better life for your kids. It's crazy because I haven't really seen her say anything really about that throughout this season. So I don't know where he's getting this from. Oh yeah, I know. It's Brian. He'll say anything to make anybody feel as if, you know, they are bullying him. They are not thinking of him. They are not being kind to him. That's what he does. That's how he's built.
Para, meu filho. Não existe isso, não. Você tá enlouquecendo.
Aceitou tudo isso, porque aceitou a viagem, porque tal e tal.
Aí você acha que porque eu aceitei a viagem, porque eu quero passar passaporte, que eu quero levar meus filhos?
You know what's so crazy? It's so crazy. He's saying, but let's not forget, he's saying that you've accepted all these things that you've given to me. So let me get this straight. Ingrid has never asked you for anything that you have given her. She has just accepted them because you keep giving her. And also, let's talk about the key point here. He has set the bar that he was always going to give her things financially. That is the bar that he set. That is the foundation that he set. That's why even when he turned up at her house, remember when she said to him, give me time to myself? And he still turned up to her home unannounced on the same day she said, I'm going to go home and spend time with my kid to have some time out. He turned up at that door with, I think it was flowers for her and a toy for her kid. He chose to do that because he knew that he could manipulate her, or at least he thought and hoped he could control her, manipulate her with his money. And that's why he turned up with gifts to say, this will win it over. You have used your money the whole time. And at the end of the day, if she'd be more than happy to accept it, so be it. But it doesn't mean that it does not mean in any kind of shape or form that she had to give you anything back. And also at the same time, it does not mean in any type of form that she was therefore necessarily using you, because if you've introduced yourself as a given person, she's taking you as that person. You see what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying that she may not be using him for his financial benefits, but the fact is, though, he's put her in a position where even if she is, she can easily deny it because it's been his move every single step of the way. It has never been her asking for anything. This guy's a clown. He's created his own issue. Well, listen, as far as I am concerned, Brian will forever always be Brian, and that is Brian, the man that believes that he can buy a woman. And then has the audacity to try and gaslight her, to try and say anything and everything that makes her look as if she's the one that's being ungrateful, when in reality it's him who's just been the fool the whole goddamn time. Well, I'm looking forward to see what happens next week, because next week he does call her, annoyingly, a prostitute. So I want to see how, obviously, how it led up to him saying that to her. Or did she say it? Oh, wait, I think, no, do you know what? It might have been her who said it, to be fair. He said, I think he thinks I'm this. I'm not too sure, but we'll find next week. Either way, though, whether she is one or not, it doesn't change the fact that he's come into this to treating her as if she is one. Like, yo, the guy's a clown. He has no respect for women in Brazil, clearly. I don't know about women in America, but I mean, he knows women in America won't tolerate his BS. He knows they won't fall for it. So therefore he goes to another country where he basically looks down on them and expects them to just give him what he wants purely because he's got money. Honestly, this guy is a sad, sad loser. Let me know your thoughts. I'm out. Peace.